are the singing chef. That we make you sing and you taste buds wet. All we want for you to see is how we living in a blessed country. Yeah.
I am Eon John, your singing chef, and welcome to the Singing Chef Show. Straight at you from Georgetown, Guyana. Yes! So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna be making it's a Guyanese version of peanut chicken, right? I learned this from some Ghanaian friends of mine, and I used to go over to, but like it was actually sort of like my best mate at one time, and his mother used to make this unbelievable peanut chicken, you know, and I'm putting a lot of black pepper and we're pepper in it because it has to be spicy. So seriously, if you don't like spicy, okay, don't add the pepper, but come on, you're making the, you know, you're not doing the dish justice, all right? You gotta be able to take pepper sometime. Okay, right? And so this basically, again, is almost like what we would call an African stew. Yes, best flavors in the world, I'm telling you. What we do is put a little bit of oil in there. And remember that when you're doing this type of food, the bones have to be in with everything because Guyanese love bones. But when you put in the bones in here, the meat closest to the bone is the sweetest. That's why, you know, you get Guyanese that they would like chew their bone and everything like that. It's very important, okay? So this is where we're getting the flavor. We're just gonna seal these off. Let me do it like that because I want you to see it. Let's move this out of the way. Wonderful. And look at that. Right? Are we gonna let our meat kind of seal off a little bit there? Right? So what I'm gonna do at this point, I'm gonna add just a little bit of black pepper. This is when I start spicing it up. Well, that's sealing off nicely. Lovely, lovely. That's almost there. I just want to seal it. You don't need a color, you don't need anything like that, right? And the reason why you seal off meat like this is you make sure that it seals the flavor actually inside the meat. And you know, this thing is cooking around the bone, you know, and you got the skin, you got everything in there. Just luscious, luscious, luscious. You want to keep as much of that flavor inside the actual meat. It'll join the stew, but you want to keep the flavor inside the meat, right? So you see how it's just, everything's just changed color a little bit. Watch, see? Compared to the pink skin I put in now, it's all kind of slightly browned off. What you want to do is you want to remove that. You've seen me do this a lot of times on this show, but it's like a basic cooking technique, right? Because different things cook at different stages. So the more that you understand your food, you realize, well, I need to take this out, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna develop the stew. Right, and we got all the flavor from sealing off this chicken that is locked in this sauce, right? And these pans are so beautiful, cast iron pans. I literally live and die by them, right? Okay, here we go. So that's good. You see, there's very little burning or anything like that, but you know, it's just like, you just deglaze it a little bit. And what we're gonna do that with is we're gonna chuck in, you don't have to puree your onions. It's just sometimes I get a little bit like my perfectionist thing in my mind. You don't have to do this. You can just chop it up roughly and it'll work exactly the same. But I'm putting my onions in. That's about 2 onions, right? Right? And the thing with this is that you don't want it to get too dry. I just want the onions to go in there. I got some chicken stock here. I'm putting it because I want this to not dry off. I want to deglaze the bottom. So you get the onions and the chicken stock there. And if you're wondering what if I'm using a small spoon, the reason I'm using a small spoon is because a lot of times, and you see a lot of chefs do that, and you think, oh, they're gonna burn up your hand. No, what you literally feel. I can feel the textures. I can feel so much more on the bottom of my pan, and when it's so like your hands get acclimated. But smaller spoon for this kind of thing is better, right? And straight away, what I'm gonna do is because I want to flavor up this sauce, cinnamon, right? Cannelle. I should have showed it. You see, cinnamon. I'm going to put my bay leaves in there. And let that go around. And it's already, oh yes. Oh my God. Nice flavor. Nice flavor. Right? I'm going to put my ginger. This is my ginger. Lime juice. And sugar. Right, I want this all working in a really beautiful synergy, as they say. Okay, I'm just going to taste that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, that is just so good already. And we haven't even added anything. Okay, we're going to put the garlic in. We're literally going to get everything in here as quickly as possible. Wiri pepper, Guyanese green seasoning. I actually make up my own from all the herbs in the garden. Green seasoning really is like anything that you can find in your garden. Big leaf thyme, small leaf thyme, you know, shallots, basil. Actually, I use basil, but marman pork is what we call it. I use the Guyanese version, and you're just getting these. Oh, it just gives you so much flavor, so much flavor. Right, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some tomato paste. Right, I want these to say the last thing that I'm gonna add to this sauce is the peanut butter, because I want all this stuff to come together before I add the peanut butter, because it will dominate. Okay, beautiful. Let's just put these things to the side. I want a little bit of curry powder. You can use any curry powder that you want, but this is just about a teaspoon. I have a tablespoon. You don't want it to be more than that. It's just yeah, it's just to bring it back a little bit. Tell us what we're doing, and when you taste it, you're gonna know what you're tasting. Yeah, right. And now we got this beautiful sauce. You see what that looks like? Yeah, that's what you want. So now I'm gonna add the peppers, because the peppers take a longer time to cook. And I got my baby nice young okra, which before yesterday I wasn't even gonna include this in the recipe, but this is just beautiful. Okra takes a while, doesn't take as long to cook, right? It's just the last thing we're gonna do. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna add proper sweet pepper in there. All right. And this is what we have. No, that looks like the beginnings of a jollof rice or something like that, but we're taking it to proper peanut butter chicken. So what I need to do is add some water at this point. That's about a cup and a half, not much, because I don't like to cook with a lot of water. We just want this nice sauce, right? And right now we are going to add the peanut butter, and basically we're gonna have our nice peanut butter sauce. We're gonna need to let this develop for about 10 minutes, and that's when the same time that you add back the chicken is the same time that you put in the whole baby okras. Okay, so we'll be back, and we did some rice here so we can be able to plate up, and it's gonna be beautiful.
Welcome to the world of the singing chef. We gonna make you sing and you taste buds wet. From the Pomeranian River to East Coast, Maurice to the eastbound shore to Georgetown City. I can win you what I bought to the hinterlands. From the Corinthia River to Linden Town. All we want for you to do is sit back and enjoy the show. So just
I love the Pomeranian region too. It's just beautiful up there, and you could only reach certain places. Actually, most places you can only reach by riverboat, no cars. So, and every time you're going up and down this river, the Pomeranian River, powerful river, you see people bathing in the water. You see these beautiful girls, you know, and they're all secluded in a corner there, they're bathing, and then you see these beautiful men, boys actually, compared to me, boys, but they remember they all work on the farms, so they're like buff, and when they like soap up and they're sitting there, they look like Adonises, like they're so gorgeous. What a guy in his side. Anyway, this song is about that, because I did say to my wife just that I'm sure a lot of marriages start like this. When you see the one that you like, the one that's for you, and they're all on display on the Pomeranian River. This song is called Sitting in the Water, right? Sitting in the water with just a bit for your daughter. Make it dry out my skin till a nice and sweet smelling. I can stay by the river even if it takes me forever. With my nice sweet soap and tin and a cake with your wedding ring. Don't need you to wash my clothes, I go wash it myself. Don't need you to cook my food, I could cook up for all we yes. Don't need you to clean the house, I know we make bed and thing. All I need from you, girl, is to take me in, cause I'm sitting in the water with just a bait for your daughter. Make it dry out my skin till a nice and sweet smelling. I can stay by the river even if it takes me forever. With my nice sweet soap and ting and a cake with your wedding ring. Don't care if I win or lose, there's nothing I could do. Even if it takes forever, baby, I go wait for you. In all these precious times, I got plenty time to line. I'll be waiting by the river, baby, just throw me a line. Cause I'm sitting in the water, I'll just a bait for your daughter. Make it dry up my skin till a nice and sweet smelling. I could stay by the river even if it takes me forever. With my nice sweet soap and ting and a cake with your wedding ring. I'm just sitting in the water, just a bait for your daughter. Make it dry up my skin till a nice and sweet smelling. I could stay by the river even if it takes me forever. With my nice sweet soap and ting and a cake with your wedding ring. Yeah.
yeah. Welcome to the world of the singing chef. We gonna make you sing and you taste buds wet. From the Pomeranian River to East Coast, Maurice to the eastbound shore to Georgetown City. I can win you what I bought to the hinterlands from the Corinthia.
Okay, guys, now look how beautiful this sauce is coming on. And actually, my wife, who actually lived in Africa and tastes this type of, so I only visited, she actually lived there. She made me put more peanut butter in it, and she's right. Look how beautiful that is, right? So what we're gonna do now, now it's really looking like the peanut butter chicken that I want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the chicken back into it so that it assimilates, you get that really lovely flavor, and that takes another 20 minutes. And I know it sounds like this is taking time, but you don't have to do very much. This is like really, really easy cooking. Let's just get the chicken in there, and I should just stop talking. Okay. But imagine all that loveliness. And make sure you get everything in there. And look at that beautiful. Oh my God. Why does it have to take 20 minutes? I want to eat this now. Okay. But look at that. Look at that. I love it. I love it. And this is very similar to my friend Ferdy's. His mother used to cook this for us. Oh gosh. After like football practice, we'd come home and she'd have this on the fire. Oh, wow, wow, wow. And we can have like a little bit of rice. So let's let this cook for another sort of like 20 minutes. Then we're going to add the okra, which is only take 5 minutes. And then we are ready to serve up.
Singing chef, we gonna make you sing and you taste buds red. From the Pomeranian River to East Coast, my beast to the eastbound shore to Georgetown City. I can Winnie walk a boat to the hinterlands, from the Corinthino River to Lindentown. All we want for you to do is sit.
And look at our chicken. Oh my God, this thing is looking. Oh God, look, cinnamon in there. This thing is so delicious. Okay, right. I'm gonna add the okras whole like this, right? And the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want them, I want this to keep its consistency, and I don't want this adding sliminess to the sauce, right? You just want the okra to cook in the peanut butter, and I'm telling you, peanut butter sauce, and it's really, really beautiful. They go really well together, right? So I'm gonna just add my okras in there, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just mix that together, and I'm gonna cover this for another 5 minutes, and everything is gonna be lovely and cooked. And then we shall be ready to serve up for Miss Jessica. Miss Jessica, can you come over to the table, please?
Certainly, sire.
Over there. Take your place. Thank you. And here. You're looking good.
Well, I went to the most amazing party on Sunday, I can tell you.
Oh, that's a Bridgerton one.
Yeah, the Bridgerton
Oh
party.
my gosh.
And
Okay.
it was held by Nisa Walker from the Oasis Cafe, and I think it was one of the best parties I've ever been to. It was a tea party attended by ladies, and everyone dressed up in Bridgerton attire. The food was fantastic and very, very typical of that era, which is the Regency area as well.
Yeah, it's a Regency area.
And there was 2 fashion shows which will be featuring on Sunday. But I cannot tell you how amazing the women looked and how amazing Nisa looked. It was just so much fun to go and have a memory for the rest of your life. Everybody walking around the promenade gardens dressed up as Bridgerton ladies. It was fantastic. So you guys are going to go and see that because I filmed it.
Okay,
And
good.
you can watch it later on in the show.
Okay, so now we're back to some like a proper African nosh, which is peanut butter chicken, Guyanese peanut butter chicken with whole okra. Like I'm telling you, this is as good as it gets. Yeah, you want to take one of the pieces there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll probably be
I
easier.
love this dish. It's one of my favourites actually.
Right. Okay.
A little bit of
You
rice,
gotta take
little
a bit
bit
of
of
rice.
sauce, a little bit of chicken. That never disappoints.
It never disappoints, isn't it? It's an age-old, you know, it comes from a long way back. Peanuts, chicken, and this is the sort of thing that you know that you would get in certain societies, because there's a Thai version, there's an African version, there's like I've seen all sorts of different. There's a Ghanaian, I'd say African, but there's like Ghanaian. They compete, Ghanaians and the Nigerians.
I think that thing all goes together.
It all goes together and gives
Yeah.
you extra nutrients.
You've got the protein from the peanut.
Right, and the chicken.
Yeah, and the chicken.
Right.
And it's been infused in a Guyanese style.
Right, well, because we got our green seasoning and like there's a lot of different things about this that is very, very Guyanese. But still, it's like this is how you can do with Guyanese ingredients. You can do really quite exotic dishes.
I love
you know,
this. This is so delicious.
It's beautiful. Actually, I'm gonna try some of this myself. Hold on one second.
While he's gone, I'm gonna have some more. Oh, sorry. Did you hear that?
Okay, we just changed place because I want to try this okra because I know
It's got a nice kick to it as well.
Yeah.
It's really rich. It's got this richness.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
That really is beautiful. Okay, guys, thank you very much for tuning in.
So, we know we have thousands and thousands of you overseas. So, if anyone is watching this in Guyana and they've got overseas friends and family, please send the link. And to all your Guyanese friends, if you're over in London, Toronto, New York, wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying the show, and I hope that everybody here in Guyana is getting some really, really good recipe menu ideas from these shows. Because we're using Guyanese ingredients, we're just giving it a little bit of a twist.
Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you to TBN for that making this all happen. Thank you to our staff, Andre and Adaiki, and that. Everybody knows who they are, but there's a lot of people that go behind this, working really, really hard behind this to actually even really make this possible for you and for me. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome to the Singing Chef Show, and I'm telling you, this is really cool. Sunday afternoon, and we're here at Nisa. It's our 60th from the Oasis, the best cafe in Georgetown, and we're just going to our little party that's in here, which is Bridgerton themed. So let's see how we get on. Shall we walk in?
Let's, darling. Oh, how lovely.
I know, it's really lovely, isn't it? They did not. This is like really good.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's good. Look, isn't that beautiful? Okay, now where is this gonna lead us to? Roses.
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that.
I should have been my guitar. Everything about this. One love. That's right. Oh my gosh. Are you happy?
I'm so thrilled that you've all turned out in such glamour. I didn't expect anything less. I know every one of you are your own fashionistas, and so I'm very happy that you're here in all your full glory. No one has disappointed me. You're all winners, but we will have a prize for the best dressed. That's coming up. I'm very happy, very grateful for this day to celebrate with you all, because most of you know that 2 years ago, and as recent as October of last year, I had some very close calls, and I never thought that this day, I would live to see this day and celebrate in such a grand style. And because I've attained it, I decided I will go all out with my friends. So you're all near and dear to me, and I thank you for coming. And I love you all dearly. I hope you've had a good time. And I am blessed to have really good family and even nicer friends.
So welcome to the world of the Singing Chef. That we make you sing and your taste buds wet. All we want for you to see is how we living in a blessed country. Yeah.